cost anything to do something like this or anything?
Oh, no. It's free charge.
It's free. Now, can anyone just get on the roller? Is it just you? Like, maybe if I wanted to try it.
Well, if you want to, yeah, let's get on it.
Okay, then let's get on it. All right, it's getting started. I haven't really practiced yet. So you can see these are kind of some older pumpkins that are right here. So I'm going to step up on here. All right. Any good tips before starting it up?
No, you got it. Just,
okay.
This is the board.
I'm going to have you hold the mic. How about that?
Okay, I'll hold the mic.
All right. Are you ready? Do I just go forward?
Just drive forward.
All right.
Those pumpkins.
Smash those pumpkins.
Smash those pumpkins.
You getting it?
Yeah.
Getting it? I'm trying not to run over anybody.
Got it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, now you go backwards.
Okay, let's go backwards. I'm going to beep. Oh, here we go.
Oh, look at that.
Do you think I could get a job here?
Oh, you might.
Maybe this
We're
should be my
hiring.
next. We're hiring. Oh, there you go.
We got some spots.
Please, I don't want to run over you.
Oh, you're good.
Did I get some of them? Oh my gosh! Look at that! Woohoo!
Awesome.
All right, put it in park.
Put it right there.
We good?
Perfect.
How'd I do on a scale of 1 to 10?
You did great.
All right. I can smell the pumpkins already. So this is just one of several activities. You can't get up here, but you can see a pumpkin smash, so it's a lot of fun. And thank you so much for joining us.
Welcome.
Such a great guy. Live in Lenexa, Jordan Betts, 41 Action News.
Hi, I'm Toby Tobin. Leaves are starting to look absolutely gorgeous, but that means not too long, leaves will be falling. Many of us will be getting out this rake and filling up 20, 30, 40 leaf bags. I've got a better idea. Coming up, we're going to show you what it is.
Ooh, Toby giving me the tease there. Live look at Kansas City this morning. You're watching 41 Action News. We're smashing pumpkins, having a great time this morning. We'll be right back after the break.
Good morning. Remember when Hurricane Willa hit the Mexican coast about 5 days ago? Well, it combined with a storm off the East Coast. It moved through the southern United States, and now it is bringing a significant storm to New England. So if you have flights out through New York and Boston, there could be some delays. Also, that could cause delays through the country. A big storm going on out there for us. The weather is quiet, just a little bit of a northwest flow, a few clouds. This system up here in the Northern Rockies will have an impact on our weather later tonight and tomorrow with a little bit of wind, but no rain. And out in the Pacific, all kinds of activity here. And one system is going to move into the western United States and could have an impact on Halloween. Now, all this being said, there is no snow in the forecast at this moment. Plenty of time to enter the snowflake contest. Go to kshb.com/contest. You can win a $1,000 Visa gift card from Kate's Service Company Heating and Cooling. A great contest. The LRC, the weather pattern is still developing, and we don't have a good idea on that first snow. But we already actually had our first measurable snow, but it needs to be 1 inch as measured by one of our meteorologists here at 41 Action News. Richard?
Jeff, thanks. I have some breaking news for you this morning. We're following a deadly shooting in Kansas City. It happened just off Chestnut Avenue just after 6 this morning, so not too long ago. According to police, when they got to the scene, they found one person shot to death. As they investigate, we're working to learn more about all of this. As soon as we learn more, we'll get it to you on the air at kshb.com and, of course, on our 41 Action News mobile app. Well, are you wanting to see the Chiefs in action tomorrow? Who doesn't? If you haven't bought your ticket yet, though, you might be in for some sticker shock. How much money you have to drop to see the boys live at Arrowhead. Plus,
all of the talk about all the offensive players for the Chiefs, but one person you might not be talking about. We'll talk about that coming up next. Good morning, everybody. With the nation raving about the strength of the Chiefs offense, notably Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, and Kareem Hunt, we can't forget about some of the other players absolutely doing their thing. Running back Spencer Ware, a guy like him, starting to look like he did before suffering a catastrophic knee injury before last season. Folks, he's really getting back into the swing of things, and he'll be called upon more and more, including this Sunday in the Chiefs' home game against Denver.
I mean, that just says a lot about his character. It says a lot about his attitude and his mindset. But on top of that, with him playing, obviously, it gives us an opportunity to spell Kareem, which keeps Kareem fresh throughout the game, throughout the course of the game. And I think that helps out tremendously.
The Kansas City Mavericks were in action last night at Tulsa. Unfortunately, not a great result as they fall 4-1. Greg Betzold scored the only goal for the Mavs. That is your look at sports. We'll be right back.
All right, if you want to experience the Chiefs in action tomorrow, there are tickets still available. We checked several sites to see how much you're going to be spending, and it looks like it's going to cost you a pretty penny. If you go through the Chiefs website, the cheapest tickets that we were able to find, $145. And of course, that's in the nosebleed section. The StubHub and Ticketmaster were about the same. The cheapest tickets were around $110. We did find one ticket for the 50-yard line seat, still available if you want, more than $1,000. Now, ahead of tomorrow's game, I should say, the Chiefs organization will recognize American Indian Heritage Month. There will be a traditional American Indian blessing of the four directions prior to the game. This is a big event. Now, also, parking lots for Sunday's game open at 7 a.m. in the morning. We'll be out there live. Stadium gates will open at 10. Don't forget, if you do not have a ticket when kickoff starts, you have to leave the parking lots. Part of their new rules out there. How much fun would it be to be at that game tomorrow?
It's going to be exciting, and the weather's looking good. A little bit of wind for tailgating, but no rain or anything like that. It's just
perfect football weather,
exciting. Man. I've never been so excited every week to watch the Chiefs because it's just amazing what they're doing out there.
And we expect another good game tomorrow.
They're going to win. They're going to win. Yeah, we're better than Denver. It's that
I love
simple.
how optimistic you are.
We're going to win. It would be something most unfortunate if we didn't. And let's take a look outside at Arrowhead, where it's all quiet at the moment. That will be different tomorrow. It'll be rocking loud, and yeah, I would be shocked if the Chiefs, as I said, did not win that game. Absolutely beautiful. Not a cloud in the sky. Sunrise here in about 30 minutes, and it is 44 degrees, a little cool. A little light breeze out of the west at 5 miles per hour. Our weather here is calm and quiet. There is a system in the northern Rockies that will move through the Great Lakes, and the only impact we'll get from that is just slightly cooler and a little bit of wind for a few hours. Today, not much wind, near perfect, around 70. Great weather for outdoor activities, even if you have to do the leaves too, because there isn't much wind. This is a little out west southwest breeze, about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then tonight, the wind will pick up from the south at about 10 to 20 as that system in the northern Rockies starts to move into the upper Midwest. We may not drop that much this evening, into the 50s with the rain from Des Moines through Minneapolis. And then for Chiefs Sunday, all the rain will be in Packer country up there in Green Bay, 50 in Madison, and in Chicago Bearland. 50 degrees there, but for us, 8 a.m. tailgating in the low 50s, upper 40s, windy and clear, and by noon it'll get up to around 60. The wind will still be up around noon, but during the game, this high pressure will move in, and the wind will actually come down during the afternoon, with temperatures in the 60s looking really good for the Chiefs. What about Halloween? Well, it's going to start off the week sunny with some great fall weather on Monday, and then on Tuesday it clouds up, mild, and then a cold front will arrive with a little bit of rain, maybe a brief thunderstorm from Kansas City and off to the east, and then that front will move down to the south and stall as a storm system comes in from the Rockies. And here we are, Halloween morning. It is cloudy, temperatures in the 40s and 50s with rain in southern Kansas. But look what the latest data does with this rain during the day. It moves it to the east and then north around our area. So if this data is correct, it won't rain for trick-or-treating, just kind of cloudy and cool. Now, just yesterday, this rain was farther north and west, so it is something to keep an eye on. We're about a 30 or 40% chance of rain for trick-or-treating, so don't want it to rain for the kiddos on Wednesday evening. It's just not too fun to trick-or-treat. In the rain, 47 at 9 a.m., 63 at noon, 71 at 5 p.m. No rain today, near perfect conditions. And then this evening, if you're headed out, it'll be in the 50s, the clear sky, the wind will pick up a little bit out of the south. And then on the 7-day forecast, looking great, 67 tomorrow, that wind in the morning especially, 72 Monday, and then Tuesday and Wednesday into Halloween, there's those rain chances, but 30 or 40% as it stands right now. Richard?
And we're talking all about trucks and trick-or-treating this morning. You can get a look at these really cool trucks here in Lenexa, what it's all about, and get that candy a little bit earlier for Halloween. We'll have that here in just a few minutes.
Hi, I'm Toby Tobin. Leaves are coming down now. Many of us are going to reach for this backbreaker. You don't have to. I've got a better way, and it's much healthier for your lawn. As the leaves come floating down, they form a blanket on our lawns that covers the turf from the sun. The good news is that the nutrients in those leaves are highly beneficial for the soil and the lawn, but you just can't leave them laying around. So most of us reach for the rake. Recent university studies show that you can't return all the leaves to the ground at one time in the form of mulch. So we need to get those piles of leaves finely chopped up. There are new mulching blades that you can add to your mower that work even harder at turning those leaves into a small pile. The other option is to use a leaf vacuum, which will shred the leaves and bag them for you. Either way, just raking them and filling tons and tons of bags is not necessary and just will make your back tired. This is a very important time, whether you are using a mulching blade or just bagging the leaves with your mower, to make sure that your blade is very sharp. Leaves and twigs will leave a mower blade dull in a hurry, and that will just shred your grass and leaves. Also, and I know this can be difficult at times, don't mow those leaves when they are wet. You'll just wind up with a pile of goo, and it puts too much stress on your mower or a leaf vac. Once you've chopped up the leaves, you can use them just like fertilizer on your lawn, garden, beds, and landscape. As much of a pain as it can be, it's much better to mow lightly twice a week and mulch up the leaves than trying to wait until you have piles and piles building up. Remember, the nutrients in those leaves are like newfound gold, so don't just let all of it sit on the curb. Use them wisely. Be sure you cut them up in little tiny pieces, and you'll leave your lawn looking gorgeous. Leaf raking does not have to be backbreaking. Check out some of the new technology. It is awesome. That's it. I'm Toby Tobin. We'll see you next week.
He's always got the best toys. All right, a gross discovery inside a college dorm room. Now Kansas State University is investigating some of its on-campus housing for mold. What the students living there have to say about the matter.
And this is a good weekend to get out there and take care of the leaves. Today's the best day with a light wind around 70 degrees. Now, will this weather hold for Halloween? There is a storm we are tracking. We'll look at that coming up.
Good morning, welcome back. Thanks for joining us. I'm Richard Sharp. Jeff and I have been talking all morning long about how if you're just getting up, expect a great sunrise out there and perfect temperatures if you want to go out and see the fall leaves, all the Halloween activities, anything outside.
Yeah, and then the big sporting events tomorrow, Chiefs and Sporting KC. Yeah, the sunrise in 10 minutes. There's not a cloud in the sky. Let's take a look outside on our KB Complete Sky View Network. Beautiful shot of downtown Kansas City. Absolutely beautiful. And we are at the start of a very, very nice weekend. Right now, about where it should be for this time of year, in the upper 30s and low 40s. For this time of day. 44 at KCI, 43 downtown, 37s in Lawrence and in St. Joseph. And our weather around here is quiet. A big storm in the eastern United States due in part to the remnants of Hurricane Willa that affected Mexico about 5 days ago. And then a storm system in the northern Rockies that will have a minor impact on our weather later tonight and tomorrow with a little bit of wind. But today, near perfect. I mean, it just doesn't get much better than this. 71 degrees, mostly sunny. 50s this evening. You'll notice the wind increase a little bit from the southwest at 5 to 15 during the day to 10 to 20 in the afternoon. Now we do have a storm system to watch for Halloween. We'll look at the new data on that coming up in a few minutes.
Jeff, thanks. Developing this morning, police are still searching for the suspect after shots were fired at Oak Park Mall. Right now, officers believe the incident all stemmed from an argument. It happened late last night near the food court, which is on the upper level of the mall in front of Macy's. Now, just after shots rang out, shoppers took to social media, some saying they ran out of the mall and into nearby businesses. I want to show you some video from inside the mall. You can see the food court doors completely shattered. We spoke with multiple witnesses who described the terror of being inside at the time. All of them saying they heard multiple shots, which led people to sprint in all directions.
So we were in Forever 21, and all we heard was shot, shot, shot. And people were saying that there was a shooter, and then they were like, run. So we ran to the back room where the exit was. When we went down the stairs, and we went around and out, and then we started to hear the cops show up.
Running, just people yelling, shooting, and stuff just really shocked me.
Now, officers did find blood nearby in the food court but have not found a victim. Right now, police are looking for a red pickup truck that was seen leaving the area right after the shooting. So this is not the first time someone has opened fire at Oak Park Mall. A similar incident happened back in June of 2015. No one was hurt, but police did arrest and charge 2 men. Right now, police have no suspects in custody following last night's shooting. Of course, this is a developing story. We'll keep you posted both on there and on our Photo One Action mobile app. Well, disturbing dorm discovery. K-State officials are now inspecting some rooms for mold. This comes after some students living in Kenny Fort Hall reported at least 13 cases of mold. Students say they found the mold in their ceilings after noticing how often they've been getting sick.
Not even the second week of being here, we put in a work order because we thought that the vents were making us sick or something. So we had that cleaned, and it helped for. It didn't really do anything.
So university officials are planning to inspect all the rooms in Kenny Fort Hall. It's an all-female dormitory that houses more than 500 students. 7:34 now. We are just a few days away from Halloween, but today you can celebrate early with a unique event that focuses both on safety and on fun. 41 Action News reporter Jordan Betts has the awesome job this morning. She was smashing pumpkins earlier with a steamroller. What do you got for us now, Jordan?
Well, we're about to have some dueling bobcats this morning, but we're going to show that here in just a minute. Like you were saying, safety is really going to be a #1 concern when you're out trick-or-treating, and so we're going to show you just a few more tips this morning on some things that you can do to make sure your kids stay safe. And the #1 thing is to really walk safely, using those crosswalks, making sure you're putting those phones down when you're out and about trick-or-treating, as well as watch for cars and backing up and turning, as well as keeping the costumes both creative and safe. Stay away from those long trailing fabrics. We know we love those princess dresses, but make sure they're really holding them up if that does happen, as well as decorating costumes and bags with decorative tapes. And know that from about 5:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. is when you'll see a lot of traffic and most trick-or-treaters are out. But let's get to the main fun part of the event this morning. Brad joins me this morning. What do we have kind of going on behind us?
Right now we have a couple of our operators showing the skills that it takes to do what we do on a daily basis.
Oh, let's move out of the way here.
Smashing pumpkins and moving things around in a careful manner as to not get hurt.
Oh, and look at that. Why is it so important to kind of do a skills test like this?
You want all the guys to be trained up to be able to operate all of our equipment so that it's done safely and that all the jobs are completed in a timely manner.
Yeah, and what's the one we got over here to our right?
He is moving lids over from one unit to another to show that he can safely operate the backhoe.
And we got one that's even got a bowling ball. How often do you do something like this?
We do this annually to get all the guys trained up, like I said, for safety reasons, to make sure that everybody can do what they need to do.
Yeah, and why maybe have something like this for kids before Halloween?
I think this is a nice way to show the kids and the citizens here what we do on a daily basis as far as the different types of equipment that we have to operate and use to keep this city the way that it is.
Yeah, and you guys are getting ready for winter season already?
Yes, we are prepping plow trucks as we speak, and hopefully we will have a minimal snow this year.
And I want to quickly mention, kids can actually help decorate one of the plows this morning, right?
Correct. We have a plow painting station where they can come over there and put their handprints on there and paint it up as they want to see it, and they will see that going down the road at some point this year and know that they were the ones who painted it up.
And quickly remind people where this is holding this morning?
This is at 7700 Cottonwood in Lenexa, in between Flum and Lackman.
There we go, and it runs from 8 until 11. Thank you so much for joining this morning. How cool is this? They're taking bowling balls, anything you can imagine this morning. You can see it here at that Truck or Treat. Live in Lenexa, Jordan Betts, 41 Action News.
That is unbelievably cool, watching those pumpkins get smashed. And look how nimble those guys are in those backhoes.
It was impressive. I know. It was definitely something to watch. And if you don't like trucks, trains.
Tons of stuff to do.
Trains, yes. Model trains, trains and treats. We're going to be there. My son and I, my son's obsessed with trains. It's put on by the Weekend Engineers Train Club. Very, very good from 4 to 8 p.m. at 7045 Blue Ridge Boulevard in Raytown at the Lady of Lourdes Parish. So it's pretty exciting there. A lot of model railroads. Model railroading going on there. 71 at 4 p.m. It goes from 4 to 8 p.m., 58 at 9 p.m. Great weather to get outdoors and travel around. How about Tomorrow, a great day to be outdoors out at Arrowhead for tailgating. Temperatures will be in the 50s. It'll be a little windy, but by game time in the 60s and mild, the wind will come down. Also, over in Wyandotte County, out at Children's Mercy Park, Sporting KC plays 3:30, 62 degrees. Great weather for the game. A big home game, the last regular season game of the season, and they're headed to the playoffs. Sporting KC headed to the playoffs. The Chiefs, they're going to be headed to the playoffs. If they're not, oh boy. And the weather looks good. Halloween, though, could be a different story as far as the weather is concerned. We'll look at that coming up.
Oh boy, Jeff, thanks. All right, 7:39 now, 44 degrees outside. Look at that shot. Beautiful morning. Of course, we're last night, Friday night football. Playoff time is here. Sports is going to have a look at that coming up in just a minute.
Well, good morning, everybody. High school football playoff time is here. And there's no better way to kick things off than with a good old rivalry in our Hy-Vee big game matchup. What a game this was last night. It's Shawnee Mission Northwest and Shawnee Mission North in the Kansas Class 6A first round. Northwest QB Ty Black finds Justin Mitchell open for a very nice gain. However, their drive stalled. That's when North took control behind the run game. It's Billy Conaway on the 39-yard touchdown run. Then later on, it's North's De'Eric Quinn on the long TD run, and it looked like Shawnee Mission North was on their way to a win, but Northwest, they come back from 21 down to win this one 35-28. Simply incredible. How about FL Schlegel hosting Leavenworth in the Kansas Class 5A first round? Leavenworth, they came out guns blazing. Quarterback Robert McKinley scrambles and finds Devin Whitworth on the long 68-yard TD run, a TD catch, I should say. It's 8-0 Pioneers after a successful two-point conversion. Then on the ensuing kickoff, Schlegel, they come right back. It's Jalen Richardson who goes 85 yards on the kickoff return for the touchdown. Folks, the Stallions, they are in business. Then in the second quarter, Joshua Beckton finds Kendall Brewer on the 15-yard touchdown pass. FL Schlegel moves on. They win 46-28. Over to Missouri we go. Lincoln Prep and Harrisonville square off in the Class 4 District 7 quarters. Lincoln Prep got things going early, folks. Howard Brown found the end zone. That TD made it 14-0 Tigers. Harrisonville, well, they came to play. It's Carson Crowley with the interception. They would then capitalize. It's Jace Reynolds who scores on the rushing TD, and the Wildcats get an upset. They win 34-28. Center hosting Pleasant Hill in the Missouri Class 3 District 7 quarters. Great defense by centers Damian Burnett snagging this interception. The Yellow Jackets kept Pleasant Hill out of the end zone right there. But the Roosters, with their high-flying offense, you knew they wouldn't be denied for very long. Blake Atkins finds Wyatt Bramwell on the touchdown. Bramwell caught 3 TDs last night. Pleasant Hill moves on. They win 32-14. And here are some other scores, some playoff scores from around the area. Playoff football is absolutely fantastic, and I am here for it. We'll do it again next week. That is your look at sports. Have a beautiful day.
Ryan, thanks. All right. 2 high-profile senators will campaign for a Missouri State Senate candidate Josh Hawley next week. On Monday, Republican Senators Lindsey Graham of South Carolina and Cory Gardner of Colorado will make a campaign stop in Chesterfield to rally support for Hawley. That's near the St. Louis area. Hawley faces Senator Claire McCaskill in a race for the Senate. It is a tight race, and there are just 10 days remaining to the midterm election. This weekend on The Race, we have a closer look at the several marijuana initiatives this November. Chris Welsh has a preview.
Does it ever blow your mind that you're legally selling marijuana?
Oh, every day.
Yeah.
Yes. And anytime we travel and you tell people what it is that you do and you talk to them about it, I think it's shocking.
Amy Anderle and her husband grow and sell recreational marijuana at their Denver dispensary legal.
We're a true mom and pop shop, so we have everything riding on this.
This year, Colorado marijuana sales already passed $1 billion, a valuable industry that comes with a lot of rules.
On any given day, you can be subject to inspections and people stopping in to see how you're conducting your business.
State and local governments keep a close eye on the industry, and as it evolves, the regulations constantly change.
Sounds like you have a lot to remember and a lot of things to think about every single day, beyond just the product itself.
It is, but you know, I would look at other industries that are also regulated, and it is extremely high in cannabis, and I think there's sort of a need to feel like they want to make sure that they're being very thorough.
And with marijuana